Hi, my name's Adam Oldfield and I'm the founder and managing director of Force24. I'd like to show you today a little bit about our drag and drop microsite builder. Using microsites is so powerful. If I'm running a campaign, for example, and I want to make sure that I optimize my conversion rates, using my website to house the content I want people to download or the thing that I want people to do, usually is an inefficient way of doing it, because I tend to find my website converts at maybe 2 or 3%, something like that. I can get a well-tuned microsite to convert at 20 odd %, which means that I'm 10xing my return on investment just by presenting the argument in a slightly more coherent or better way. So that's microsites, and that's why we'd use them. So we felt it was a really important thing to do, to be able to give you the ability to build microsites, not only exceptionally powerful microsites, but build them really quickly. So I'm going to show you that in a video right now. So I'm going to log in right now, and remember, Force24 is based in the UK, so it's not only great from a data sovereignty perspective, but it's also great from a point of view that we're in your time zone. So from help and training point of view, we give you a free training and support for life for every user on a 2-minute working day SLA. You're at work, you need some help, we're there, we'll help you, and within 2 minutes. So you're never stuck. Any questions, we can just help you. So we have the help section as well, so that often contains everything that you need to know, but sometimes it's just easier to ask the question. Okay, so let's start. Okay, I'm going to build a microsite. Now, first of all, I'm going to build a microsite. I'm going to call it whatever I want. My microsite for my brochure, whatever. And I'm going to click my default favicon. Now, favicon's this little thing in the top corner of the browser. Now, as part of the setup, we do lots of things that make your job easier. So we store things like that favicon, store your Google Analytics script, we set up all sorts of brand colors and things like that. So when you come to use the platform, you're really fast and really easily just using what was preset. You can change everything, but it just makes it easier if you're doing the same things time and time again. So I'm going to set my default analytics script. Now, I've got this little piece here, include user info on form post and include user ID. What the hell is that? Well, so sometimes I'm building a microsite or a landing page specifically for event data capture. So if I'm at an exhibition and I want to build a quick data capture form where you can put your details and name and submit straight into the platform and trigger you on a journey, that's slightly different to a microsite that's built for the World Wide Web. So why? Well, okay, that's one iPad and that's me typing your details in time and time and time again. So if I use the way that I do it on the World Wide Web, it's taking the cookie that we've set and saying, oh, this user's just updated their details again and again and again. So it's rewriting the same contact. If I turn these off to no, that means that I could use that event data capture for that page as an event data capture form, safe in the knowledge that everybody I put in, it will just create a new contact. First of all, check for duplicates, obviously, but it will create a new contact. Okay, so in this instance, I want the World Wide Web to see it, so therefore I'm going to put it here in the yes mode. Okay, that's done. Now, when I come to this page, one of the great things that I love about our product is we've gone to town and making you easy to index and find things. So throughout the application, we have a tagging system, we have a project system, and we have a really simple search function. So I want you to go ahead and build as many things as you can, emails, microsites, journeys, lists, whatever, and not be frightened of losing it, because we can just tag it, we can add it to a project, we can name it efficiently, and that way we can sort based on date bill or the largest number of contacts, whatever it may be. I can always find what I'm looking for. So in this instance, it's top of the list, which makes it really easy for me. So I've built my microsite. Obviously, the first thing I want to do is build a page to go in my microsite. So I'm going to build a page. Now, give it a page, and I'm going to call it Adam. Well, just Adam. Why not? So I'm going to call my page Adam. And then what I'm going to do is I can either start from a blank page or I can choose from a template. Now, if I choose from a template, I'm not choosing from a template of stuff that's just randomly in the system. I'm choosing from my templates, things that I've saved or things that we've put in there for you that's part of the setup package, whatever it may be. So I'm going to select my header and footer, which is my favorite starting block because it shows that you don't need to be far down the line, but it's easier than starting from nothing. Add the page. So there we go. I've added a page to the microsite and I can start the edit process. So when I start the edit process, what happens is it loads the microsite builder canvas. And this is a great canvas. It's got loads of power on it. So one of the things that I might want to do, I can obviously change any of the content. We've got this really simple editor at the top here, and it enables me to insert pictures, videos, this kind of stuff. It's great. But again, where I want to go that's more powerful is I have a pre-built bank of snippets. These are snippets that either I've built and saved in there, or we've built for you, or we do have some standard ones. And when I've got that, what I do is I just come into here. Firstly, I went to all snippets, but it's categorized nicely, so I can find lots of different, again, tags. So I'm going to say get all snippets. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drag in a few of the snippets that I want to use today. So that one's good, and this one, and then, I don't know, this one, and this one, and then this one. But oops, I've dragged them into the wrong location. Don't worry about it. I can either drag them again, or hit the down arrow and it'll swap them around. Easy peasy. So I've built the asset. Now I can use that real simple selection here to be able to, oops, you know, just like Microsoft Word, start messing around with things, uploading pictures, putting a video in here, or whatever it wants, whatever I need to do. So I'm using URLs from YouTube or Vimeo or whatever it may be. I can also come along and I can totally edit any attribute of this product. So I've hit this little bullseye, and this bullseye now enables me to edit the properties or attributes of any of the cells. So if I select this cell and I say, okay, I want to update the padding. I might want to change the padding. I might want to increase the padding. I may wish to do all sorts of things. I may wish to add a border. And you know I said about we insert colors. So I hit that here. Look, here's those brand colors in action there. Yeah, you can choose from a color wheel. But who remembers the CMYK values of an RGB ref of their brand colours? They can't. So we save it once and then we can call it whenever we want to do it. I may wish to change the background to none. I may wish to insert an image in the background. I may wish to have a colour overlay as well in the background. All really easy stuff. I don't want to change this actually. It's fine for me. But it's all there to be done. I can edit the code of the microsite as well. Real simple. There it is. Super. So let's talk about some of the use cases. So one of the things that I might wish to do on my microsite, let's say I don't want to change over the images, and let's say that we've got this perfect now and they're all set up exactly as I want them to be. What I've got is this autosave, which every few seconds makes a save. There you go, it's just done it now. So I've always got the thing saved. So if I turn it off, go away, the computer's going to have saved it. That's the main thing. Now, where it gets cool and where we start to get really focused here is I've got different types of people, and I want to be able to start to get personalized with my landing pages. So one of the things I may wish to do is, first of all, is say hello, and then insert a value we store in the database, like first name, for example. So I can say hello first name on a microsite. Here we go, there we go. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second when we publish it. So I can say, hello first name, that's cool. Now that's cool because I can reference any value that we've got in the data set. So I could reference your MOT date, or I could reference your next appointment date, or I don't know, the fact that you bought a certain product, whatever it may be, whatever value's in there, I can pull it onto the page and I can display it. But then above that, I've got a different level of personalization, and this is cool. So imagine where I've got here different groups of customers that can see different things. So let's say these are my products down here, and I say, okay, I have this show hide option here. I can duplicate blocks on the page, and I can say, show this when the user is in segment, whatever my customer segment is. And building customer segments is super easy. Just simply click a button, add a segment, and put people in it. And when they're, you can either do that automatically or you can do it manually. So I'm just going to pick one of my existing segments, which I know I'm not in, and this one I know I'm in. Content block 2 I am in. So it's really easy. So I've used dynamic content insertion, no code, no effort, really simple, built within seconds. So in theory now my microsite's ready to go. So I could save that, and let me hit publish and let me show you what we can see. So I saved that microsite, and I'm now going to come here and I'm going to hit publish. So when I hit publish, I can select which location I want to publish it to. These obviously say Force24, but these would be your domains, your website's domains. We hit whichever we want to go to and we hit publish. But before I do that, one of the things I want to do is I want to manage files. Now, what this does is it enables me to upload PDFs, or there might be a Word document I want you to download, or whatever it is. So what I can do is I can quickly create a folder and I can call it guide. Okay, so that guide folder now exists and I can now add an asset to that guide. There we go. Let's put that one in there. I won't do it because it's 31 megabytes. There's no point. And once I do that, it uploads the guide and then it's up there with the microsite. So then I can then reference that guide within the microsite as being the download file. Super easy. So it's all done in one place, nice and easy. So let's go ahead and publish and let's have a look at what the personalization looks like. So if you remember, what I did was I put my first name in at the top and then I had 2 blocks below the iPad image. So here we go. There's my first name, easy peasy. Again, no code, and I know that's a really rudimentary sample. And then here, I had 2 versions of this. Let me open it back up again. There we go. And the system has said, no. You're only eligible to see one of those 2 versions. So really nice. Okay, so let's evolve it a little bit more. Let's get a bit more sophisticated. So what I want to do is I actually want to duplicate this section. And I want to say some of my customers, I want you to get you to refresh your data, but some of them I don't. So what I'll do is exactly the same thing again. I will insert a form though this time. So I'm going to add a form. So I'm going to select one of the forms. We've already done a video basically on data capture. So I'm going to select this demo form, which is just a normal form. I'm going to give it a name, which is test form. Give it a destination URL, so when you submit it, where do you go? So thanks.html. Which data segment should I put these people in? Well, I'd like you to put them into content block 1, 2, 3. Or I can just create a new segment just here. So I can say content downloaders. So add, there we go. That'll create a brand new segment in just a moment. Where would you like the submission emails to be sent? So when we fill in the form, we want an email to be sent to a member of the sales team. So let's save that and we'll update that. So there it is. Now, one of the things you'll notice is this is a pre-populated form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, look, if you are in segment X, because we don't know who you are, we're going to show you this version. But if you're in segment Y, because we do know who you are, we're just going to show you this version. Now, this gets a little confusing for you back at home because what I'm doing here is I'm always selecting content block 1 or content block 2 as my lists, and I'm not showing you the other end where I then populate those segments because this video is all about the actual lists. So I just want you to know I'm not in content block 1 list, but I am in content block 2. So in theory, anything I say show is content block 2, I'll be in it because obviously my profile from my browser is on there. So I've now done that, and what I do is I just publish that file again. Sorry, publish that microsite again. I have test and live locations as well, so I can put them in different places while we're testing. And it's done it. Now, here's what I'm going to see now. As you can see, it's got hello Adam, and now it's got my information there because it's decided that it needs to ask me, is this the right information for you? So I can hit those and I can hit go. If I hit that, it'll take me to a page that doesn't yet exist. So I'd need to put that in just a second. I just go, and this is a really simple example. So I add a page, I call it thanks. I choose from a template, and I've already got a thanks page that I've already built, so I don't need to build that. It's done. So I hit publish again. Landing. And the Adam page is the home page. That's it, off it goes. That form will now work and submit into our database and put me in the segment that I'm supposed to be in. So that's really powerful. So if I hit that, submit, and takes me to my thank you page. It couldn't be easier. Now the beautiful thing then is the fact that within our data segment, I don't know whether it will have submitted just yet, content downloaders, there'll be one person in there in about another 30 seconds time. Please, there already. How quick was that? So I filled in that form. I'm now locked in that segment, not going anywhere. How wonderful is that? So back to the microsite editor. I then say I've finished this campaign. It's all over. What I can do is I can unpublish, wrong button, silly me. I can unpublish, and I can then say, okay, so we've unpublished it, but do you want to edit the 301? So the 301 is if you've got any SEO listings of that page, so Google records that, index that page. So if somebody search for it and that page comes up, I don't want to go to a broken page. I want them to be redirected onto another page where that content now lives. So let's now come back to our page and hit refresh and see what happens. Bang, straight onto our website, easy peasy. And you can see here, we've used the same technique on our website where we're referencing content, and when we go and do something, look, it's all pre-populated. How cool is that? Really easy. So that's microsites. There's loads more power that we haven't shown you yet, obviously. For example, how to manage the SEO aspect of it. Lots and lots of things that we can do. Duplication as well is easy. So where I've built some great pages and I think, you know what, I need to use this time and time again, I can create a template of either the whole page or the individual assets within. So I can come into my snippets folder, here we go, where the assets are that I've been building, and I can then I can get rid of them, or I can create new ones from within the microsite editor itself. It's really cool. It's all about making you faster and more efficient. But in the time we've done this video, I've built a microsite with a form and a thanks page that submits to a segment that's dynamic based on who I am. Now, I hope you can do that. And if you can't, you need to come and see us. So thank you very much for your time. We've got another video on Journey Builder. We've also got a video on how to build emails with dynamic genius blocks. We've got data capture, how to build data capture, and of course this one. So hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much.